Alright, so today is Tuesday, April 30th, and so it's been a couple days since I made a video. Like I've said before, I record these usually when I'm in the car driving or in between work on my lunch break or something like that. So, because I work from home Friday through Monday, don't really have as much time to make videos because I'm with my family, having a great time with them. So, to catch up on what's been going on, I started last week with my cold outreach stuff, shooting off my automated messages. I've gotten a few people back from that said they're not interested. A few people asked for a little more details, and I gave more details, and they still ended up not being interested. So I haven't landed anything from there yet. I do have one company that reached out to me. I don't even know where from. They're like a party rental thing. They have like a big bubble truck that they do for like kids' birthday parties and everything else. And it's like lots of bubbles, like a big foam party kind of thing on wheels. And so I don't even know where they reached out to me from. They just sent me a direct message by email. So I don't know if they saw a video somewhere or something on Facebook or found my website and just contacted me directly, because they're not really in any of the buckets that I've done cold outreach to yet. But I did hear from them, and I sent them all the information for how to be advertised on the card, and they sent me like what their current flyer looks like. And I told them like the price for that size would be like $900, and they're like, oh, that's a bit much. Maybe we can do the medium size. So I designed something together. I'll put it up here so you can kind of see what my design ended up looking like. And that was like on Friday or so. I told them I'd work on it over the weekend, get something to them so they can take a look. Sent it to them this afternoon. They got a chance to look at it. They like it. They want to proceed with the medium spot. So there you go. A spot sold from somewhere. I don't even know how they found me, but that worked. My real estate company, they sent another final revision for their artwork. So I have their final design put up together. I've been going through the card, putting together some more templates for how to display everything and move some things around. So that's looking good. When I was doing some of my cold outreach after the last video on Thursday last week, I was walking to some places, and I gave my card to a closet company, my big demo card that I had printed up, and they said, oh, great, thanks. And they stapled my business card to it and put it in the back office for the owner. And I was like, well, that was the only physical copy I had that showed like my design and layout and everything. So I need to get more demos printed up. And this time I'm actually going to get some real ones printed on the actual kind of card stock that would be going out, and put more information about like the ad sizes and pricing and all that kind of stuff, so it can be a leave behind that I can leave with people. I was just going to order them on Got Print. I think that's a place that I saw that had the lowest minimum order for like 100 of the card stock 9x12, the actual dimensions that I want. They have like a 40% off sale or something. So I'm going to order a bunch of those. That way I have something that's one piece that was missing when I've done all my cold walk-ins to all the places around my office. When I would go in, I'd leave them with my business card and say, oh, you can scan that. It'll go to all the information about what we do, our pricing, everything like that. But I think if I have the big solid 9x12 this thing, but instead of like this with all these little demo coupons and stuff, I give them one that I actually print out myself with my company information, some samples of companies that are already going to be on my card coming up, that now with the bubble truck company, with the real estate guy on there, with the plumber, with the dry cleaner, I think now I have enough people to have a pretty good idea that I'm going to be getting this out by the end of May, and I'll just make sure I have the big final push in the next couple weeks to fill all the rest of those spots. One of the guys on the Facebook group, I was telling him about my method, and they said the best thing you can do is just go by a category instead of using like all these cold scraping, all these other kind of lists. Just go by a category, look at the maps, look at the actual names of the owners ahead of time, so you can ask for them by name instead of just asking, hey, are you the owner? Is the owner there? Being able to just say, hey, is Jake there? Hey, is Cindy there? Be able to call them out by name. You'll probably get past the gatekeeper more easily, and you'll show that you've done research, and you'll be able to speak more to them owner to owner, and you'll know that they're actually in the location that you want to be reaching them. So on a side note, a lot of this cold email that I've been putting out for these different spots, so far I've reached out to fitness, windows and doors, and lawyers. A lot of the response I've been getting back is, oh, do you do this area? Do you do this area? We're interested in serving this. Oh, we're not really interested in that part of town. And so when I look into their company more, I'm like, okay, yeah, you're based out in like West Kendall area, or okay, yeah, you're based in the beach. You're not interested in going after Coral Gables and Pinecrest like this card's going out to. So it makes sense that you're not interested at the time. It's great to know that they may be interested in a future one, and it tells me where I should direct my efforts in the next cards that I build out. But they're not going to help me fill this immediate card. So the best thing I can do really is look at an actual map of businesses in the exact area, just get their phone numbers, addresses, and names of the owner, myself. It'll be a much smaller list, but it'll be a lot more targeted, and I can use that to call them directly, and maybe send an email, find them on Facebook and Instagram, and send them a direct message on there as well, to get in front of them directly. So that's going to be my next push. Since I have the cold emails kind of percolating out there, another thing that I set up since last week is I have a couple Facebook ads. So I'll put a little picture of what we have going on there. I'll grab a little screenshot, show you what I've done. So in the past week, I set a couple campaigns up, for one for like messaging, and two for messaging, and one for engagement, just to test some things out. Something I learned from Alex Hormozy recently is like, you'll learn more from testing than you will from courses and from lectures and from YouTube videos and everything else. Just test some things yourself. Once you know the basics, like I know how to run an ad. I've run them for my family's Christmas tree forest, and we got a bunch of business from there. I've run them for their tropical fish garden. They got a bunch of interest from there. So I know how to run ads. I already have my ads account set up. Everything's there. So I just have to start putting my own business into there. So I have two messaging ads that are up, that are running for like $2.50 a day. And I put up a post with an engagement objective, just to see how it compares and what the ROI is on those, if you can even determine it on the little budget that I'm spending. But from those messaging ads, I've gotten, like, Facebook is nice. It tells you when somebody clicked send a message directly from that ad. So you'll see here, I'll put up the details on what responses I got. So I think in total at this point I have a total of 9 conversations that were started from the ads. And similar to my cold outreach email thing, I'm getting a lot of interest from other areas. So one guy owns an export company that deals directly with Venezuela. So exporting directly to Venezuela. If you're in Miami, you know that there's certain demographic areas that are highly concentrated with Venezuelans. So he wants to target Doral principally, because that's where a lot of that demographic is. So he wants to know when that card's going to come out. He'll want to target that. Since here, where I'm driving right now, this is more like South Miami, Coral Gables kind of area. It's not got the demographic that's going to be looking to respond to that type of ad. So he's looking for that. I have another mobile car detailing guy that I've been back and forth with, and I told him where it's going to, and he's just interested in that audience and stuff. So he might be a good fit to be on the card. So I'm sending him some more information. There's a person that does eyebrow threading. Eyebrow threading. I didn't even know what that is. But he reached out in response to my ad and wants to be put on a card up in like Miami Lakes and Miami Springs kind of area. I don't know if I already said on a previous video, but there was somebody that reached out to me I think he lives in Miami, but he used to live in Miami. Facebook only has limited information about him, but I know he went to UM, which is based here in Coral Gables. But he wants to know if I do cards out in Naples and in Fort Myers and Cape Coral, because he does golf cart sales. So that's a big retirement community kind of area over there on the west coast of Florida. So he wants to do something like that over there. I have another person that reached out to me who does window cleaning in Brickell, which here in Miami, Brickell is like the downtown hub of like high rises and everything else like that. And so Brickell Window Cleaning is his company, and they do window cleaning, especially in like high rises and condos and all that. So we got a lot. I got a call coming in, so I'm going to pause this video right here and I'll be back. Hey, good morning. All right, today is Thursday, May 2nd, and this is my update for how things have been going this week. I was just thinking last night how I just don't feel as like I've made much progress this week, and it's pretty much because I haven't done much, even though I've had a lot of interest coming in from these Facebook ads. I've gotten a lot of messages, but they all kind of peter out, and I keep pushing and kind of following up, which is probably on my kind of closing style or messaging style or whatnot. I was listening to an interview this morning while I was feeding my daughter at like 2 a.m. About with like the guy that did like the one-page marketing plan, and now he has lean marketing, and how the conversation should be less of yourself talking and more of asking questions and like probing for issues and probing for where they're at. And I realized, like, just looking at my DMs and like my back and forth, it's me pushing a lot instead of like pulling things out of people that have already like kind of requested some information. So maybe on my next batch of responses, I'll take that approach and see if asking more questions works any better. I was going off of this script that I'd gotten from somebody else that filled their 9x12 card pretty quickly, but it might be just different markets, different people, different things. And to be fair, a lot of the people that I've talked to from those Facebook ads are interested. They're just not interested in the specific area that I'm targeting with this one. So I have a lot of interest across the county, and my vision for this side hustle is being able to build out little pockets in Miami Lakes, Miami Springs, Miami Gardens, Hialeah, Doral, down in Pinecrest, down in Coral Gables, where I'm going now, then down to like Homestead, West Kendall, Tamiami. There's a lot of areas that could benefit from this. A lot of small businesses everywhere. Miami and Doral is like some of the most compact place of businesses in the country, from what I'd read back in the day. So I know there's definitely a lot of businesses that need marketing and need something that works and is effective. And I think once I get this first card out and I start to get some feedback from the people that were on it about how they felt about it and everything, and hopefully some businesses see a return on it, then that'll continue to motivate me. But when I say things like that, I think back to what Alex Hormozi had said about, if you're going to only be satisfied by the outcome, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. You should really set yourself up for satisfaction by the level of effort you put in. So, and I think that's why I feel like I'm not satisfied with how this week's progressed, because I haven't done much of anything. except for reply to things that have already come in. But I haven't started any new campaigns. I haven't reached out. I haven't really done any cold calling before work or after work or at my lunchtime. I haven't gone anywhere during lunch because just the actual work of my 9 to 5 has kind of bled through lunch the past couple days. But I'll have to prioritize this and get out there today a little bit and do some calling, follow up with the places that I've already sold and just kind of lock them down and start collecting payments and stuff. So that way, that will kind of make it real for me to kind of keep moving. So, not much of a plan of action, so to speak, but I should work on getting more emails structured. It's just, when you don't see a lot of response coming in from the work you put in, it's hard to keep going, but that's why Rosie says you just have to put in the effort and detach from the outcome. If you know that the effort is what you need to be doing, then just do it. So this is, like I said before, it's my vlog of accountability to myself, giving myself advice and talking through where I'm at with it to help keep me going. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. That's going to be my plan. I'm going to actually take my lunch break. I'm going to go out. I'm going to at least walk around the close neighborhood of where my work is to check in with the dry cleaner guy. I printed up some posters from CVS. They're 12 by 18 posters that I can cut in half that equal the dimensions of the 9 by 12. And then I just paste them to either side of the demo cards that I have so people would see what my actual card design and everything looks like. And because last week when I took that into one of the stores, a closet company, they took my demo card and stapled my business card to it and took it into the office and left it there. So I don't have a demo card of my own anymore. So CVS was running this 3-for-1 deal, so I made 3 posters, but they were supposed to be done yesterday, so I'd pick them up on the way home from work. But apparently their printer's broken, and so they're not going to be ready. And so who knows, maybe later today. But I wanted to be able to bring that in to the dry cleaner and the real estate guy and show them, take a picture with it, send it to the HVAC company and the bubble company and just show everybody what it looks like so far with the request for payment, so that way they could see it's real, even though people might not need that from me in order to proceed. They, I guess, have enough trust in me already to have gotten to this point. But it's just something that I want to do. And so it's just frustrating that CVS doesn't have it. And the CVS that's right next to my office that I can walk to pick things up, they don't have the poster size printing. They only do the smaller printing for individual photos. So that's where that is. So today I'll just probably call around, I send emails to the real estate guy. I do need to pass by the restaurant that has review cards and talk to him. I was thinking about doing kind of a mobile vlog of me walking over to these places on my lunch break to add more content for this and kind of show the local business owners too in the video, and then it gives them more credibility, reach, something interesting for them to be like, hey, I was on that thing on YouTube. So I was thinking about doing that and putting it out there. It's just the last couple of days my lunchtime got eaten up by actual work, which is good. I'm glad to have a job that is fulfilling, and it also is secure. We have so much things to do throughout the day that it can spill over into my lunchtime sometimes. So it's a good problem to have, that there's so much work that we need to get done. So I know I'm valued and appreciated for it and will continue to be needed there. But it's frustrating when I know I have other things that I want to be doing that I don't get to do. So I think that'll wrap this up. This will make a quick little one that I can splice into the week's video. I think now what I'm doing for my format is I'm recording throughout the week, and then I'll post it on like that Friday or Saturday or something like that. Once the week's done, and I get to put it together, put any edits that I want to put in, and go from there. So that'll be the plan, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye. Alright, here I am on my lunch break. I just stopped by one of the restaurants that I got the review cards for, one of my first kind of demo accounts with review cards. He's got 2 cards in his restaurant. He hasn't really been using it, but he's also been on the road starting up a couple other restaurants in their chain up in New York. So I had a quick little conversation with him about how to maybe better use the cards. Like putting one at the bar and one in the restaurant, table area, and then having a little competition between them. And so he liked that idea, because since usually he's not in the restaurant during the time when they're actually working, needed some kind of idea to kind of incentivize getting the people to actually use the cards to get the reviews. So gave him that idea, so hopefully he'll implement that. But he did ask, because some of the other restaurants in their chain up north are really busy and doing really well, he wanted to see about getting them some review cards too. So he asked me for a proposal to get them on the system as well. So I gave him a price for that. So we said email it over so that they can all review it together, him and the co-owners, and see if they can implement that. So I gave him a price to kind of bring all their restaurants on board, because it'll also help me with a case study for what could kind of go nationally. If I get some success here in South Florida and also up in the Northeast, that'll be nice for me, nice for them. And so doing that, I stopped by my dry cleaning company, and like I said before, he wanted to be on the card by mid-April, and we're already into May. But he said he's still on board, he's still good to go with it. So that's reassuring. He's ready to keep proceeding with it. So now I'm on my way to my other restaurant. It's on the review cards. I called over and he said he's there. He apologized for not completing the payment he thought he had, but he said, I'll just come over right now and I'll take care of it. So heading over there and gonna get him signed up and complete the payment, so then we all caught up and paid for one of the rolls, and it's good to have confirmation from the other guy, and then we'll just keep rolling. So alright, just got out of my first restaurant company. There you go, Verace Italian restaurant here in South Miami. So my first paying customer for the review cards officially, payment processed. I'll put a little screenshot of it up there in the corner, just for posterity's sake. But yeah, so good productive lunch break. I got my confirmation from the dry cleaning company they're still on for the card. I got payment from this guy, and yeah, so now back to the office to complete my work day, and then I'll see you in the next video.